Sometimes I can't decide what to fly or where to fly, so I take inspiration from real-world flights. Today I'm copying the flight that Kermit Weeks made back in November of 2019, picking up his beautiful Waco biplane from here, Cottonwood in Arizona, and flying it cross-country back to Fantasy of Flight in Florida. Now obviously I'm not a pilot in any sense of the word, but hopefully I'll make it in one piece or thereabouts. Now I've tried to recreate the conditions, the time of day, it looks roughly right, the weather, etc. So let's just get going. I'm not professing to know all the proper start procedures and all that, but I can get it working. So let's open the fuel up, turn the battery on, alternator, fuel pump, get it started, feed in the mixture. Turn on the avionics, not going to be using the radio or anything today. And let's just get going. So yeah, I love this plane in Microsoft Flight Sim. It has its issues, its ground handling is terrible, and you'll see on takeoff I'll be lucky to make it off the runway, to be quite honest with you. But it's a beautiful model, and after buying it and just looking at stuff on YouTube, I stumbled across Kermit Weeks' channel and his 3 flights, his 3 videos where he picks this up. It's like a 5-day trip to pick it up and fly it back home. And yeah, that just inspired me to do the same sort of thing, rather than sometimes staring at the world map thinking, what am I going to do now? It doesn't really count this little trip from here to Sedona as his first leg, but technically it is, because it's where he picked it up from, and he flew to Sedona to get transponder fixed, I believe, and do some photo shoots of the aircraft in air. So here we go. When you hit about just going over the 4 and your airspeed, this thing violently goes left or right. It's ridiculous. There is clearly an issue. The way I found to do it is hold back on the stick until I hit 40 and then let it go forward, and then still fight the rudder. But let's get going. Don't be surprised if we don't stay on the runway. We're going left a little bit, but I was aiming that way. So I let it go forward, and it's going to go right, sorry. Bit of grass there, but you know what? We're up, so that's a winner. That is a problem with this aircraft. Hopefully they'll sort it out. That's not just me. I'm not saying, well, it's partly me, but everyone in forums seems to say, yeah, there's issues there. So, as I stall it, that's some serious parking on that hill, on that car park. Right, that wasn't a great start, was it? And if you take off, and a stall warning straight away. But yeah, my bad. It'll hopefully get better from here. So, in his videos he has a little GPS, is it down here? So we'll have a GPS. As you can see, it is a short flight. I think it's something like 18 odd miles or something, I'm not sure. It's quite short, so it won't take long. So I'm using the Warthog joystick now. It's freaking awesome, you know, it's not like you're holding a toy anymore. as opposed to my X-55. I'm still using X-55 throttle because I don't see that's going to be a huge benefit buying the all-metal one of them. So yeah, really cool, loving it. Look at this gorgeous aircraft, it really is. I love this, I love the sound of the interior, I love everything about it really, except the ground handling. Not much to see out here from Cottonwood to Sedona. Not much to see, I mean it's still awesome obviously, but I believe Sedona to Casa Grande will pass over Phoenix. In fact, Casa Grande is just south of Phoenix, so that gives us a bit more to look at. You can already see the beacon or whatever of the airstrip over there. I did say it was a short trip. See the airport is quite high up. It's on a I don't know what you call it, on a little hill. I have no idea how the landing's going to go. I'm not going to try and 3-point it. Well, I'm just going to get down. Whether I 3-point it, 2-point it, or 1-point it, is that a thing? I don't know. Just get down in one piece if I can, and if not in one piece, at least try and walk away. So obviously I'm in VR, and I've got the render scale down a little bit. Still looks amazing, but the render scale is lower just because it might give a better experience on the video. It's pretty smooth to me in here actually, surprisingly smooth, and I've got obs running. But it actually still looks really good. Not the sharpness that you could otherwise have, but I can still read pretty much everything. I can read everything. Maybe I'd need to lean in to read audio, Com1, Com2, GPS, nav a little bit, but you could certainly fly like this. I would have it sharper, but here we go. Let's get this map somewhere useful. It'd be nice if I could draw along there. Anyway, somewhere around there. Get me a nice line up, nice approach, I think. No idea what speed I want to land at. And look, I don't expect to stay on the runway when we're landing. Grass is fine, as long as we don't hit a tree or a wall. It's a winner, as far as I'm concerned. I don't really want to be climbing anymore. I've had the fuel pump on the whole trip. I assume you're not meant to do that, are you? I don't know, some you do, some you don't. I assume not, you just turn it on and off, on for landing and takeoff. I don't know. Works either way, I don't think it makes any difference in the sim, not in this aircraft. No ATC. Not faffing about with any lights. In the video, Kermit says, you know, he's just not going to bother with it all. He's got most of this kind of stuff. I think the radios are on the left in his, but he's got an old GPS. Says he's going to remove it all. Doesn't want it all. Wants less clutter in there. That's fair enough. I do like using these older planes. I prefer dials, etc. over screens. We blacked out for a moment there. I think that was just the Xbox controller that I was using a bit ago to move the camera about for myself disconnected. That is annoying, but a disconnection does that. It used to crash the game, at least it doesn't completely crash it anymore, but so that's progress. So they're the puppy lights on the left. I'm probably too high, am I? Oh, I'm not even in line now. I don't know what wind I've got. Very little, I think. If at all, if any. Come on. Let's try and survive this. Still too far right. Crikey. Okay. Come on, stay on, stay on. It's not going right, I've got full right rudder. Well. Okay, we made it. I mean, that's not ideal. It's not an exact replica of Kermit's landing, but hey, we're down, we're in one piece, and I've done that coach driver. I'm not sure anyone noticed, so I think I got away with that. So that's leg one, or the preliminary leg. Hello, don't mind me, mate, you just carry on. That's the preliminary leg done. Not entirely sure I'm meant to be driving up here, but this is where the aircraft are parking. Oh, that'll do it. Let's just pull it up here. Okay. So yeah, that's just the intro really, before the real stretch home to Florida begins.